Restaurants, as we speak, are doing the unthinkable. And this is causing many people to panic. You walk into your favorite restaurant and you expect the hostess to be there. They're going to seat you, take you back to your favorite booth, and then a server or waitress will come up, take your order, serve you. You'll have a great time. Well, things are changing because now restaurants and fast food places are starting to use artificial intelligence, and they're starting to use just point of sale systems. I want to break down what's going on here because what we are about to face is going to cause many people to lose their jobs. But the second thing, it's going to cause many people who love going to the restaurant and getting that old school restaurant experience, they're going to stop going in, which is going to cause restaurants to close down. So I'll explain exactly what is happening in just a moment. All I ask is one thing, takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now let's begin. So what is going on at this time is somewhat troubling. It's interesting though. Restaurants are starting to embrace artificial intelligence and robots, but some restaurants are actually starting to use and utilize outsourced materials, outsourced workers. I'll explain that in just a moment, but I want to read you this. A friend of mine I was communicating with a little bit last week, he wrote to me and he said this: here at the restaurant, we are moving away from the typical server waitress model and doing app ordering. We purchased a point of sale system like what you see at Applebee's, and we are moving towards that. So we will have a hostess go and seat our customers. Then the hostess will be the customers will be instructed on how to order their food through the system at the table. Then the server will bring the food to the table when it's ready. This brings our wait staff from 14 per night to just 3 servers, 1 hostess, 3 cooks, 1 part-time manager. Projections show that our location will save close to $130,000 per year from this one move. Think about that for a second. Think about if you walk into Applebee's, and Applebee's always has that little, I guess called point of sale system right there on the table, and you can open up, you can play games, you can order off it, you can pay through it. Great, right? Now here's the thing. What if you walked into Applebee's and the hostess right there at the front took you to your seat, sat you down, and told you there will be somebody with you shortly, but in the meantime, look over the menus. Here they are, right? Point of sale system, point of service, point of whatever sale system. Look through this, order your food, and someone will be with you shortly. You go and order your food, you order your drinks, and somebody comes out, brings you your food, brings you all your drinks. You never saw anybody in the meantime. And guess what? This is happening all over the restaurant. This is what we are getting towards. This is what Applebee's and Red Robin have been trying to do for some time. Get people to order right off that little app. Okay, pay through that app. You don't need a server. You don't need somebody there waiting hand and foot. You just don't need it. That's going to save the restaurant a lot of money. But it's also going to keep prices lower. This is the big reason why. I want to read you something else though. That's from the restaurant's point of view. And I've been talking to a handful of people over the past few weeks. We are seeing this exact same thing, but it's happening mostly over in California. California is going to feel the brunt of this because California's minimum wage for fast food workers and for many people is $20 per hour. For many restaurants, they say that's too much. They can't afford it. Listen to this. I was reading an article just last night, and this a major fast food CEO says he's working through the specifics of outsourcing their entire drive-up business. The CEO, which didn't want to be named, probably for obvious reasons, said people would be greeted by a person from the Philippines. Okay, again, working through the specifics here. But as of right now, a person from the Philippines would be contracted to anytime somebody pulls up to the fast food window or pulls up to the big ordering sign, right? They would be on a call with that person. And so it would be somebody from the Philippines at this time or another country. And the person would place an order with them. They would then send that exact order right to the store, right to that location. Okay? Think about this. Once that happens, you get rid of those one or two people taking the orders. Think about McDonald's for a second. You pull up and, hey, welcome to McDonald's. Can I take your order? That's not somebody from the United States anymore. And if you're in California, guess what? You're not paying $20 an hour. You're paying whatever it is in the Philippines, which is like, what, $4? $4 an hour? It's not much, right? It is much less. So instead of paying $20 an hour, you're going to save about 4 or 5 times that amount because guess what? You're outsourcing the work. That also means you're not paying for health insurance. You're not paying a lot of these other things that you have to pay if people are here. You're outsourcing the work. Okay? That's where things get interesting. But the CEO goes on to say that this is a stepping stone to the next phase. The next phase is when artificial intelligence is able to take your order and the artificial intelligence will ask you for any substitutions. For example, let's say I pull up to McDonald's and person or says, "Hey, welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you, or can I take your order?" You say, "Yeah, can I get a number 1 instead of medium? Can I get that large? And can I get that with a Coke, but with no ice? Oh, and on the Big Mac, can I get it with no cheese?" The AI would be able to listen to what you just said. They would take out the ice from your Coke. They would also take out the cheese off of your Big Mac. Okay? The CEO goes on to say, the only time a real life person would get on the line is if you ask for and demand a supervisor. This would save millions per location. Think about that. Remember when years ago, you may remember, maybe not, but you call customer service. Call customer service and you call the 1-800 number and somebody picks up. They pick up and it's an actual person here in the United States that's willing to help you out. We used to have call centers full of people. Guess what? We don't have that anymore. You call, oh yeah, if you want to talk to this person, press 1. Yeah, if you wanted to reach this department, press 3. Okay, if you want to talk about this and this and this, press 6. Right? And you go push all the buttons and you finally get to the end person, which you think is a person. No, it's still a machine. This would be the exact same thing. That the only time you speak to a person is when you speak into the phone and say, talk to a supervisor. Give me a supervisor. Manager. You have to pretty much yell in the phone and say those things. That's exactly what this CEO is just saying, that you have to demand a supervisor. And then the manager that's at the location or wherever, which probably not the location, would come on the line, say, yeah, how can I help you? And if you had an issue with the AI, then that's where you would kind of say, oh, this is what I'm trying to do. It's not letting me do it, whatever, and off you go. Again, replacing all those jobs with artificial intelligence and one manager. That's where we're at. Restaurants at this time are doing the unthinkable. And the reason why, and I warned you about this, is because wages are going up so quickly, which is fine. If wages go up for fast food workers, that's perfectly fine, as long as wages for other workers go up as well. If wages for fast food goes up, but all the other workers for the receptionists and the teachers and the custodians and all those people stays down here, they can't afford to go to your restaurant. They can't afford to eat at McDonald's because your prices are here. They're making this money. So they can't afford this. So guess what? They stop going. As your wages go up at your restaurant, your prices go up as well. As your prices go up, the other people can't afford it. They can't afford to eat there. That's a luxury now. That's why all these restaurants and fast food places are looking at ways to cut costs. They can't continue to make their burgers smaller, their portion sizes smaller. They can't do that. They can't look at ways to, cut costs by not giving you forks and napkins and ketchup. They can't do that because you can only cut it by so much. Now, they're looking at cutting their biggest costs, their biggest expense, and that is employees. So, we'll see what happens moving forward. All I can tell you right now, just be ready. Restaurants and that restaurant experience is going to change very soon.